All right, guys, it's a great day for pre-calc. Let's get started. Gold sheet, look in there first. Are you there, gold sheet? Let me find mine. Whoa. Yep. Okay, guys, when last we met, we had really done a pretty good job with the top three, the core functions and the quotients. Time to move on. Today, these guys, the addition and subtraction identities. Also known as sum difference identities. In other words, I've seen the book call it either or. And I feel bad for him. Mr. Glenn, this was his thing. He'd always come in and teach you these. It was his job. So I don't know, maybe we'll get him in here someday before the end of the year. But anyway, all right, look for patterns. I'll try to do my best, Mr. Glenn. All right, you got sine plus, sine minus, cosine plus, cosine minus, tan plus, tan minus. No others. Okay, but look at the pattern for the sines and cosines. Okay, do you have to memorize these? No, I'm letting you use the gold sheet, but I guess it would be nice if you understood where they were. Yeah. So for sine, what do you got? Sine, cosine, cosine, sine. Okay. And what do you got for cosine? Cosine, cosine. And Mr. Glenn says cosine, cosine, sine, sine, sine. Why did he say sine 3 times? Because the sign S-I-G-N changed. Yeah. Okay. So you got that? And here, Mr. Glenn said it like fast. He'd be like sine, cosine, cosine, sine, cosine, cosine, sine, sine, sine. That's my best imitation. Let's try it again. Everybody. What is sine? Sine, cosine, cosine, sine, cosine, cosine, sine, sine, sine. All right, I think they got it. Okay. You don't have to memorize it, but at least now that'll stick in your head. All right. Tangent, he didn't say anything for tangent. But anyway, keep these handy. Let's go to, let's see, we got time for one problem. Sure. Okay. All right, write this down. Addition and subtraction identities. Okay. And where does it begin? Let's talk about special angles. Okay. Big unit circle. All right, what are the special angles inside the first quadrant? 30, keep going, 45 and 60. Okay, take me over second quadrant, same reference angles. What's 30 degrees up into the second quadrant? 150, say it right. All right, and keep going. 45 is, and what's the 60-degree reference? Okay, keep these handy. All right, third quadrant. Well, 210, 225, and 240. And then over here, 360 is all the way. What were you saying? 300, 315, and 330. Keep these handy. Copy these down. And you're going to need to reference them, make some decisions. And maybe I'll put another one here on the board. while you're copying that. Hmm. Okay. What are we gonna use these for? Well. Okay, don't write this down. What if I gave you one problem, final exam, sink or swim? What's the answer? Use the gold sheet. Sign is Y and Y at 30. Oh, see you at the bottom of the lake. Okay, sink or swim. It's a half. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you sure? Okay. So you're swimming, you're swimming. Uh-oh, what just happened? It turned into this. Oh no. What you gonna do now? Cry?
Yes.
Yes. If I touch you, nothing. I hope it's to always cry. No, no, no. Identities to the rescue. Okay? Not special, sad.
Is it just 1/4?
Hang on, brother man. Not special, but are there two special angles that add or subtract to give you 15? Look at that chart you just wrote down. There are many choices. So you're saying, don't write this down, could be 45 what? Minus 30. Okay, now we're cooking. But there are many, many other choices, right? Give me one more. 135 minus 120. Okay, lots of choices. Good. The good news for you is it don't matter which ones you pick, as long as they came off this little cheat sheet chart of the special angles. Okay, so in a second. Yeah, so, and it's not gonna be sine, it's gonna be cosine. Evidently, so write this one down. Okay. And what we're gonna do is go to lunch. Bro. All right, we'll pick it up right here. We roll. Okay. So there you are with your no skills. Let's see if we can use the gold sheet to do this here problem. Okay. He left. I was gonna use his numbers in his honor. I'll use his numbers. Okay, so here's what you gotta do. You gotta look at the non-special number and say, find two actual special angles that either add or subtract to give you that number. You tweeting this out? Good, good. Yeah, right. Good. So this is step one. We'll use my man that just left his numbers. But as we said, you can use any special numbers as long as they subtract to give you 15. Step one. Step two. Let's go to the gold sheet. What are we looking for? Well, cosine minus. Believe that's cosine, cosine, sine, sine, sine. But I don't have to memorize that. I gotta look on the sheet for where it says cosine minus. There it is. So what are all the x's gonna turn, whoops, oh, there it is. What are all the x's gonna turn into in this problem? 45, and all the y's 30. Okay, so you roll out cosine, cosine, sine change, sine, sine. And you fill it in. Okay, so here it is. Cosine, sine, sine change, sine, sine. Fill in the 45s and the 30s. Okay, there we go. Now, unit circle time. Our old friends, 45 and 30, first quadrant. And I put draw triangles, wheel, or unit circle, right? Oops. Unit circle, or you can draw triangles, and then you're gonna pull what you need, X or Y or OA and H. Okay, so on the unit circle, get giddy up, go to 45 degrees. So I'll write it here. Remember, you know, I like for you to show me where the answer came from. So you'll write that on there. And what is cosine up there at 45? Radical 2 over regular 2. Keep going. Now we go over here to 30. What is cosine up there? Cosine's what letter? X. So what's the X? Square root of 3 over 2. Same two pictures. Let's go sine over there at 45. Oh, it's the same as cosine. But over here, well, this was our one problem, sink or swim final exam. Remember what the answer was? Sine of 30 is half. Yeah. And now simplify, always simplify. What do I get here? Square root of 6 over 4 plus square root of 2 over 4. Okay. Not pretty, but it's correct, just like me. Okay. Be happy with your full credit. Okay. You do. Now, you know what's next. I'll give you try, basically go through those 3 steps, figure out 2 special angles that give you the non-special angle. Go find the identity, fill it in. Have a step 2 there, step 1, step 2. Then you pull these answers off your circle or triangle. And then simplify. Here we go. You try. Almost worked. Okay, sine of 105 degrees. You try. Okay. But 105's not special. Oh, well. Find 2 that add or subtract to give you 51. Okay. Pick any pair that add up or subtract to give you 105. 64.5, great pick. It's a good pick. I'll use that this time. Zoom. Really? The answers will all look kind of the same. It might be the exact same one we just had, but a negative, or you'll see. You end up with similar looking answers for all these problems. So work with me, what do we use? 60 and 45? Okay. Again, not the only way to go, but since you said 60 plus 45, I'll go with that. So that's step one. Step two, go to gold sheet and find sine plus. Okay, and that was sine, cosine, cosine, sine, correct? Good. Yeah. So I write out sine, cosine, and then I don't change this sign. Cosine, sine. Okay, fill in the angles, 60 and 45. Okay. And then here we go to the 60 unit circle. And 45, I shouldn't have erased it, right? Okay, let's go, start pulling. What sign over here at 60? Square 3/2. Cosine 45, same as last problem is square root of 2 over regular 2 plus cosine over here at 60 is the 1/2. And sine 45, same as last time. So am I right? Final answer will look a little bit familiar. What's this? Square root of 6 over 4 plus square root of 2. There you have it. Okay. Sure.
So, when you're matching like the sine 60, like, you get the unit circle,
Right.
how do you know which direction? Is it the X goes first or?
Good question. We said, where's that thing? Sine was Y. Cosine's X. And what's tan? Y over X when we get to tan. Okay, so on the unit circle, if you got a picked sign, go after the Y. Yeah. All right, and this is for the super advanced among you. All right, positive or negative? Easy question. Positive. Gee, sine of a second quadrant angle, positive? Yeah, remember ASTC? Okay, so even though I don't want a decimal or anything wacky like that, okay, that's how we do. All right, so those were addition and subtraction. Let's go a little further now. But I think you got that one down. Down, maybe 2 to go, 3 to go. We'll skip that one. All right, this one. Oh, this is good. This is good. Right after the game. I could have pulled this one out for the game. It's a verify problem, so we gotta pick a side. Which side do you think it? I agree.
You pay attention.
Nag because I can't. Okay, so, oh, there it was on this side. Okay, coach, go to your gold sheet. Who is going in for that? I'll tell you what. Where do you think you look first? Your first instinct? Smart. No, this guy would have looked at, what is that, the co-functions? Well, what's wrong with the co-functions? They don't have 180, they have 90. But that's where I would have looked first. Okay, and then I'd be like, oh, no, fail. Okay, now, someone was smart enough to remember what the name of today's lesson was. Addition and subtraction, so maybe that's where we go. Okay, find it. Where's sine 180 plus theta? Well, it's this one. And all the x's are gonna turn into 180, and all the y's are gonna turn into our girl theta. Okay, so roll it out, sine, cosine, cosine, sine. And make those substitutions, sine, cosine. Cosine, sine, right? Equal what? No, equal blank, right? One side only. Okay. You'll like this. This is easy now. Yeah, I need you and your unit circle. Go find me sine of 180. And I'll put it up here. Sine of 180, or yeah. So sine of 180 is 0. Good. So guess what? That just turned into this 0 times cosine. We'll deal with that in a minute. But what's cosine over 180? -1. And now do you see we're done? Because what's 0 times anything? Poof is what it equals. And then -1 times sine is negative sine. And look at that. That's exactly what we were trying to get it to equal. So someone run up here and write QED. Yeah. So that's now fair game when you're doing the identity problems like 5152. You don't have just those 5, you can use the rest of the sheet. Okay. All right, 2 down, 2 to go. Okay. Yeah, this one at first glance looks like the worst one of all. This is the easiest one of all. A closer look than right, this one. Hey. They mean the same thing, but whatever they use, you use. And I'm thinking ahead to like AP test or something next year. If they give you theta, you use theta. Well, but I can see. We been pinching up on the play. All right. Okay. So this one, simplify. Does it look familiar? Which identity is this guy? Sine, cosine plus cosine sine. So that is x, or I'm sorry, sine plus. Okay. So this is sine plus. That was the tough part of the problem. Now, do you pretty much know what are we adding? What's going in for x and y? 65 and 55. Now, one of you is going to stop right there on my test. And I will give you half credits. Keep going. What's that? All right, you're getting closer. Now it just turned into a unit circle problem. Hey, now what's the sign up there at 120? And you are correct. So the final answer was that. Okay. But I'm telling you, okay, this is one of the easy ones, and it's definitely on the test. You just had to figure out which identity it was, fill in the two numbers, and then it should work its way out for you. Okay. Strong. You guys are, hate to give you a compliment, one of the best I've ever had at the unit circle. Using the unit circle. Amazing. Keep up the good work. All right. One last one. I don't hate to compliment you. I like to. All right. Last problem of the day of the quarter. Yeah. Let's go. Uh-oh. Well, about that. But I will give you an extra day.
Are you giving it to us or is it already given?
Teacher work day. Every day is the teacher work day. What the heck? And truth be told, we much prefer when you're here. Supposed to, we gotta go to meetings and stuff and interact with our peers. No, no good. We got into this because we like being. Oh, yeah. Hey, many years I woke up 5 o'clock in the morning, drove down here from my home in Vienna. Risking life and limb on the Beltway. Mixing bowl. Good times. Meanwhile, my mother and father taught at Oakton, Madison. They had 5-minute round trips. I waved to the schools on my way here.
I don't believe that you're conscious enough to do that.
I am on autopilot after all this. All right, ready for the last problem. Okay. Ready for this one? Let's go. All right, so there you are with your no skills. Okay. Well, I don't know much either, but I know this. How about I draw me a triangle in which quadrant? 2.
Why's the line of the cube go all the way across the entire circle?
Yes, it does. Okay,
Fair enough.
and I'm gonna call this triangle A. Hey now, which 2 sides did I give you? I gave you sine. Oh. So make the opposite forward. And the hypotenuse 5. Okay, anybody know the triples? Wrong.
Negative.
Nice.
I said 2.
Okay, not the first time you've heard this, but the negative's kind of the whole problem. You forget the negative, we're cooked. Okay, how about, I still don't know much. You know that, all right, but I know I could draw a triangle for B in which quad? 3. And where do I put those 2 sides? Okay, so adjacent is -5 and hypotenuse 13. Triples.
-12.
And it is negative because it's going down. Okay, good. Learn.
Why are you giving me the wrong?
Take care of Rocky, please. Okay. Fast fact, who was the first Hayfield baseball coach? They were Rocky Jacobs. Take that to the bank. Anyway, all right. So that was the first step. We have no idea how to do the problem, but they did mention quadrant 2, quadrant 3. So we drew 2 triangles. Now I think we can actually do the problem. Let's go cosine plus, that was sine, cosine, cosine, sine. Right? So I think I'll write it here. Sine, cosine, cosine, sine. Notice how I put in the A's and B's in place of the X's and Y's. And now we come in for a smooth landing. What's sine of it? Oh, that was given. What was it? Nice, 4/5. What's cosine of it? Oh, that was given too. -5/13. But now we gotta get to work. What's cosine over there on picture A?
Gotta be -3.
Gotta be -3/5. That is an and then sine over here on B.
-15/13.
-12, you said.
Over 13.
Okay. So the heavy lifting's done. Now, please use your middle school skills and simplify this. What's this over here? Negative how many? Was it -20/65? Was this? Plus like 36/65. And finally, how many 65ths do you have? If you got 36 of them minus 20 of them. And there you have it, 16/65 QED. No, we don't write that this time, but that'll do it.
What if I write QED after that, do I get it wrong?
Yeah, don't write QED except after that
I just write it after every
one problem. All right. Fantastic job. Halfway done. Right? 2/4 to go. It's all, no, it's not. All right, it's all downhill after this. Hope you got good breaks. Breaks.